Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into the Bitcoin Crypto Weekly Close. I'm glad to be back with you. It's been a few weeks since we've had the opportunity to check out the charts on a weekly close basis, and it has been an extremely exciting week in crypto. We've seen Bitcoin up over 21,000. We've seen a lot of projects moving in a lot of positive directions, and so I wanted to take the opportunity. I want to pull this up. Here we go. I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of take a step back. And, it's been a little bit since we've had the opportunity live here to look at some key charts. I'm going to keep the charts actually to a minimum of what I'm going to discuss. I really just want to focus on a key few charts, what to watch for. Most of them are crypto related. A couple of them are actually stock market related. As we know, crypto and stock markets are positively correlated. So we're going to take a look at a few key charts. I'm going to discuss what we're currently seeing in the price, what to watch for moving forward, some key areas of resistance and support. There will be a little bit of a TNA, live TNA Q&A session. TNA. I did it again. I said TNA. There will be a live TA Q&A session, and I'll take a chart or two. I'll take a chart or two, a couple charts. We'll see how many questions there are on. I'll chart them out live with everybody. We can discuss what we're seeing in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Drop me a comment. I see Brian is here. Market is looking pretty fine this evening. It is 5:30 p.m. on the East Coast in the United States, and the market is looking pretty nice right about now. So we'll have to take a look at how things look tomorrow, and we'll get into it. But yes, Brian, thank you. Welcome in. You know what? Hold on a second. Hold on. Hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, and make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for notifications. So with that being said, I like to keep this live stream purely technical analysis driven. Let's get into it. The first chart we're going to take a look at is the weekly Bitcoin chart. Now you can see I have several key areas of resistance here that I'm anticipating that we're going to be battling over the coming months. Okay, this is a game of patience. It's a game of education and patience. Bitcoin is not going to shoot up from 21,000 to 70,000 in a matter of weeks. We have to remain patient. Okay, we have to remain patient. Crypto Ryan, thank you. I did not make this bet, but thank you very much. The bet is looking nice, right? Pretty nice decor back here. But thank you, Crypto Ryan. Good to see you in here. Um, so I have several key areas of resistance that I'm pointing out on the chart here. Now, if you are following me on Twitter and you've been following me on YouTube, you know that I've been speaking about this descending area of RSI that's been in play since January of 2021. This thing has been here for 2 freaking years, okay? And we just broke out above here. Remember, I said this was a pressure cooker. We were increasing in the RSI, as price was declining. That is known as a bullish divergence on the RSI. Did not need to play it to the upside, like I said. There was no guarantee of that, but there was an increased probability that we would at least see a bounce to the upside. Okay, we can also see the MACD is continuing, and the histogram is beginning to get bigger bars here and have dark green, which is good to see. What's up? What is up, Ugos? Good to see you, brother. So really, what we want to watch for, at least from a price indicator standpoint, we want the stochastic RSI to remain positive. We want the MACD to continue to push up over zero. It's good to see where the RSI is. Eventually, what you want to see with the RSI, guys, if you're looking at the weeklies, we want to take out these lower highs. Eventually want to get up and break 53. We want to break 69. We want to start getting up in really overheated areas. That's sort of the direction that we want to go, and we want to see the RSI, the relative strength index, battle some of these higher areas up here. But let's focus on price action. Okay, let's focus on price action, and let's keep a very level-headed perspective of where we're at and what we want to watch for. Okay, so what I see playing out here right now, the important thing to keep in mind, okay, is that in any sort of bullish trend reversal, what you want to see is you want to see higher highs and higher lows being created. What we would not want is to see price do this real quick, shoot up here. This is known as a parabola. We do not want a massive parabola right now because that will increase the likelihood we'll see a very sharp sell-off, okay? What we want is we want stair steps to be built this entire year. It's a game, again, of education and patience. So we really want to start to come up into this area, okay? We want to come up into this area, come back down. Come up to this area, come back down. Come up all the way to here and come all the way down and continue moving up. Those stair steps are a beautiful thing to see from a bullish narrative, those higher highs and higher lows, because as price does come down and correct, it allows for there to be price confluence for price to come down and sit on. Okay, so that's really what we want to see. Key areas on the weekly that I suspect we will be battling over the coming weeks and even probably months. We have 22.5 is the first area I have drawn here. 25.2, okay, so 22.5 and 25.2. 29,500, we can call it 30,000, and then it looks like I have an area right up here at about 33,000 or 32.9. These are really the main key areas that I am looking at in the shorter to midterm in terms of battling. Let's actually look at a monthly view here. I want to zoom in on the monthly and speak about something here. Now, I'm not the first person to point this out. There have been many technicians who have looked at the monthly and spoke to this massive falling wedge that we see on Bitcoin. But the thing that I really want to focus on here, okay, the thing that I really want to focus on isn't the falling wedge pattern. It's this candlestick. This green body right now, okay, because the size of this green body is engulfing this candle and this candle from a candle body perspective, okay, it's engulfing the body of this and the body of this. This is a double bullish engulfing candle. It is very bullish. If in the month of January, there are another 15 days in January, if we can close above where we open this candlestick here, we open at 20,000, we'll call it 20,500. If you see January, the month of January on Bitcoin close above, anywhere at or above 20,500, that is very bullish for us. That's about as bullish an outcome as I could have hoped for, or anyone could have hoped for the month of January. Keep in mind, I was the one that said, and it still holds true because we haven't closed the month out yet. I was the one that said once we broke below, I think I said it was 19,400. Different technicians have different values, 19,300, 19,200, 19,500, 19,400. I said because we got this candle body closed down here that we would be down here for several months. Okay, I didn't see much price action to get very. Ooh, somebody has something going on outside. Here's some fire engines. I didn't see anything super bullish coming into the market for the months of January and March, through March for the first quarter. A lot of chippy chop, sideways consolidation. Maybe we would see a wick above the $21,000 or $20,000 area, but the month would close out more than likely under that 19.4. Okay, right now there is hope that may not come true. And that January, again, if we can close anywhere at or above 20,500, that is a beautiful setup for us going into the first half of 2023. That is what you want to watch for on the monthly. I don't think there were any price indicators I wanted to speak to. Yeah, the only thing on the monthly I would see is that this MACD is beginning to really flatten out. The histogram here, the red is getting lighter and fading away. If this thing closes bullish in January, you're going to see this gap here in the MACD close heavily, which will be very bullish for us as well, because once you see a cross on the MACD on the monthly, that historically has signaled very bullish times within crypto. So watch that on the monthly. Now, actually, what I want to do right now, I want to go to a lower time frame. If you guys have been following me for a long time, okay, you know, this is actually the 8-hour. I want to get off the 8-hour. I was looking at that. You guys know that I've spoken to, and I'll spare everyone here. I'm not going to repeat myself for the time being right now. But I put together 2 videos, and those 2 videos went into the historical significance of the 12-hour chart on Bitcoin, keeping in mind that even though lower time frame data in general has less credibility than higher time frame data like a monthly or weekly. Again, we also have to recognize the fact that Bitcoin doesn't have a lot of price data history. Okay, it's only been around for just over a decade. So there's still a lot of information in that 12-hour chart, which is a half a day on each candlestick. There's enough information on that chart to create probabilities for us. There's certain events that occur on a 12-hour chart. And one of them is once we have a death cross, okay, when the 50 crosses below the 200, okay, the purple crosses below the pink, which we saw all the way back here in December of 2021, so over a year ago. What we want to watch for price action to get above the 200, which has happened, above this pink line. And then we want to see a golden cross. But this is the key with the golden cross that I've signaled to you guys before. It's not just getting, okay, let's take off the 20. It's not just getting the 50 to cross above this line here, which looks like it's going to happen. Well, looks like it's going to happen by tomorrow or Wednesday. Okay, that's not the key. The key is to get a golden cross where the 200 has flattened out and then begins to curl up. If that happens, okay, if we see price stay above looks like about 18,000, okay, as long as price can stay above around 18,000, we can do this. Just want to give you some examples here. This could fade out. We could come all the way down here, chippy chop, and continue moving up. This 200 is going to flatten out and begin to curl up, and this 50 will have already crossed above the 200. If that happens, I am telling you right now, and you can go back to the video on the Bitcoin chart no one is discussing. I speak to this. It's strictly probability based and based on the data. We have a very high likelihood of seeing sustained price action to the upside. That this really truly is a bullish turnaround within the market. And we will continue to see higher highs and higher lows. And eventually what should happen if this occurs is that the bullish momentum on the lower time frames, on the 12-hour, that will bleed to the 1 day. It's going to get a little bit more recognition in the community. Then it's going to get into the 3-day. Then it's going to get into the weekly. So that lower time frame bullish momentum, as long as it's sustained, will bleed over into the higher time frames. So keep an eye on that on the 12-hour. I will get to the questions. I appreciate or the comments being dropped in the commentary. I just wanted to get through a few of these charts, and then I'll take some questions. Very bullish to see what's happening with Ethereum. And we'll get into why I feel the following way in a moment here. But I'm expecting a big move in Ethereum soon, so long as Bitcoin doesn't break down. Okay, break down significantly, I should say. I'm expecting a big move in Ethereum. Now, right now, what's been happening? Focus on the blue lines for the moment. There's a lot of lines on this chart. I'll clean it up. Focus on the blue lines. We were consolidating in here, right? We just broke out. We broke out of that triangle. Okay, let me get some of these lines off here so it's not confusing. Now, the key area that was very good to see here, you see this thick red line, excuse me, what was a thick red line? This is now a thick green line. This is the area of prior all-time high here. We broke back above this roughly 1360 to 1420 area. Okay, let's call it 1400. We got back above 1400. Very bullish for Ethereum. What should we look for in Ethereum? And I should say to you, and you hopefully know the answer to this question, why am I focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum? Because Bitcoin is the driver of value in the market. Ethereum is the driver of value in the altcoin space. So these two projects alone, if we have a firm understanding of what's going on in those charts, they should leave us feeling convicted. It should leave us feeling convicted about what is to transpire within the overall market and all the other charts. I hope that makes sense. Now, Ethereum, what do we want to watch for here? Well, this is very simple. It's all about higher highs and higher lows. A low, a high, and a higher low. We want to break this last higher high. It looks like this price level here is at, the high is 2031. So what we want to do, we want to break out above right about there. This orange line, we want price to start to battle 2000. Watch for Ethereum to start to battle 2000. Break out above 2000. Then we can start talking about other areas of resistance. It looks like we have one right around 2500. All right. So once Ethereum starts to challenge that $2,000 area, I would start to look for 24 to 2500. But Ethereum to me is setting up for a very nice potential swing up here. The other thing it would do is if we can break up past 2000 and get up to 24 to 2500, that is very bullish because look at this downward resistance that we've had since it looks like about the end of 2021. So more than a year of downward pressure on the price we would be breaking above. And you know what happens? Once we break that descending line, guys, what have I said time and time again? Once we break out above here, it's very common to do this. Back test this descending area as support and continue moving higher. So don't be caught off guard if that were to occur. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Actually, I thought there was a price indicator I wanted to look at on the Ethereum chart. Yeah, real quick. I mean, we broke out above, again, just like price indicators in many ways can be very similar to price action and what to watch for. We had this downward resistance on the RSI. We've broken out above it just like Bitcoin. It was a pressure cooker. We had this ascending area of support. You can see right here. And the RSI was coiling up here. It was coiling, and we broke to the upside. Very, very good to see. And similar to Bitcoin, we want the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, to start to battle some of these lower highs over here. Okay, if we look at some of the lower highs on the RSI, we see, 70, we see 87, we see 90. We want to start to get up to those areas. Okay, MACD. The only other thing I'll quickly speak to the MACD. You can see we're continuing to make positive progress here. The blue is above the orange. Look at this. Above the orange, we're close to getting a break above zero. On the weekly, when you see the MACD get above zero on Ethereum, that's going to be very bullish. There should be a lot of bullish momentum coming into the market. Ethereum BTC. Now, coupled with this chart, and also I'll get into the Bitcoin dominance, the Ethereum BTC, and Bitcoin dominance are leading me, those three charts are leading me to conclude that there is going to be some sort of a large move in Ethereum soon. Okay, look what's going on here. I've been speaking to this forever. This is a 2-week chart. I just want to consolidate the price action. We have downward resistance since, this is June of 17. Okay, downward resistance, this is battling up. But look what's happening. Like a pressure cooker, recent price action since September, or really August of 2022, is coiled up in here, okay? We're either going to fall down here or we're going to break up, okay? But either way, we're challenging this descending resistance, and it looks like it wants to either break to the upside or downside. My educated guess is that it really could go either way, but I'm leaning towards the upside, and I'll tell you why I'm leaning towards the upside. Let's go to Bitcoin dominance. Now, you guys know I've been speaking to this descending triangle for months, and you can go to Twitter, and you can go to the pinned tweet that I have here. Great to see this has 17,000 views. We just need 17,000 views on the videos now, but on the YouTube videos. But, I speak to this massive descending triangle, and this was actually back in early August, right? This has not been invalidated yet. But we, right now this is a weekly open, we're above the descending resistance here, okay? Above the descending resistance. Like, you can't really see it because of this red circle here that I can't seem to get out of the way. Trading View, why are you being a turd? You can see it there, right? Trading View is just being, let me get that out of the way. You can see temporarily we're above it, but we have a whole week's worth of price action to confirm. Let me get the light on here. I think I'm going dark on you guys. The light might be a little, blinding, but at least you can see me, all right? So we are opening the week above the descending resistance, okay? But what we need to keep in mind is we have a whole week's worth of price action to see how things are going to play out. If Ethereum's dominance shoots up, meaning Ethereum's price performance relative to Bitcoin, if Ethereum's price performance relative to Bitcoin is greater, it exceeds Bitcoin, okay? Based on the USD of what I'm speaking to here, based on this chart that we just spoke to, what's going to happen on Bitcoin dominance is it's going to drop. So you'd see this candlestick fall back into this channel, which is what I'm expecting. This is what I'm expecting. What I'm not expecting, what would invalidate this pattern, is if the Bitcoin dominance all of a sudden had started to see a breakout and did this. I'm not expecting that. I am not expecting that at all. Certainly a possibility. But I still feel that this descending triangle will play out based on the pattern that's present here. This was a fake out here. I've spoken to this was a fake out. We re-entered the pattern, and we've been in this descending triangle, and it's really a bear flag. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Now, two more, looks like three more charts real quick, and then I will get to questions. This is the dollar index. Now, the dollar has been on a strong trajectory down, okay? The next key level after breaking 108 and 105 I was speaking to was 101. Now, I was actually just talking to Nick and totally agree that, and if you don't know Encash Official, I'm sure you guys do know Nick. I've spoken to him quite a bit on the channel, but I agree with his thought process that the dollar has just been on this straight trajectory down, and at some point, I mean, we're a little oversold, so at some point, we certainly should see some sort of relief bounce. When that'll occur, it's anybody's educated guess. Things can remain oversold and overbought for extended periods of time. But we're right in this range right now. We hit right around 101. You can see 101.773. So we're in this zone right now. Wouldn't surprise me to see some sort of a bounce up into this area and then continued movements down. Okay, it's not going to be straight up or straight down with the DXY. Keep in mind we had a straight trajectory parabolic action up. So we've had a steep decline. We've had this steep decline, which is not surprising. But there will be some sort of relief bounce. Ultimately, the dollar index, my view of the dollar index is it is going to be plummeting overall this year. But there will be bounces along the way. Now, you know that there's an inverse relationship between the DXY and crypto in the stock market. So as the dollar does continue this year, in my opinion, to fall in value, that will be very good for the stock market, for equities, as well as crypto. All right, let's take a look at the S&P. This is a very critical chart that everybody here needs to understand. Very important that you walk away understanding what I'm speaking to here. This is a weekly view on the S&P. This is a critical week for the S&P. This is a critical month for the S&P. The RSI is in an ascending triangle, which is a bullish formation. The MACD is curling up. The histogram is turning darker green. We're getting close to a positive cross, a positive move above zero, which would be very bullish. Stochastic RSI is also in a positive cross here, heading higher. Okay, all the price indicators are setting up very good. But let's look at price action. Price action is king, and this is what we need to understand in this chart. We have had downward resistance similar to crypto since January of 2022. You see the red circles here. Resistance, 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 resistance. We're pressing up now above. We're pressing up now above. And the other critical thing is the 21 exponential moving average, which is this blue line here. This has been a key line to indicate to us if price action is bullish or bearish. We're above it right now. What we want to see from the S&P, this line right here, look at this line, 43.25. In the coming weeks, we want to press up towards 43.25. This was the prior bounce high in the S&P. If you see the S&P get above 43.25 and stay above that level, right around 43.25, the odds have significantly increased that we're going to continue bouncing, and we'll take out this high, and we're going to challenge the all-time high in the S&P at 48.18. Meaning, if we can break 43.25, which things right now are setting up that way, this is a critical week, okay? If we break 43.25, we have increased the odds that we will see new all-time highs in the S&P this year. And I know that goes counter to what most people are saying. I understand that. Look at the Dow. Look at the Dow Jones. This is the last chart we're going to look at. Let's just focus on price. We are getting very close to taking out some of these range little higher lows here that we've been forming. This technically was a higher high relative to here, but I would call it a double top. For the Dow Jones, what we really want to do is you want to see the DJI, ticker symbol DJI, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, get above and stay above 34,700. If the Dow can get up into this area, 34,700 and stay above, again, the odds of increase will take out this lower high, and ultimately the all-time high at, where are we sitting there? We'll call it 37,000. The Dow's going to start to create new all-time highs this year. It'll increase the likelihood that that will happen. So again, for the Dow, you want to look at this 34,700, but I would be more focused on the S&P. Okay, let's get above 43.25. Let's stay above 43.25. Again, you need the stock market to perform well for crypto to perform well. Crypto is a risk-on asset. If the stock market is plummeting in value, crypto is going to be plummeting even worse in value. If the stock market is on a trajectory to create new all-time highs this year and do really well, crypto is going to be going much, much higher than the stock market and way outperform equities. So keep that in mind. These are the things I like to point out on this channel. It's not just about looking at a USD chart on Bitcoin. It's about looking at all of these other charts. A 12-hour chart no one talks about, an Ethereum chart, an Ethereum relativity, the dominance, the dollar, the S&P, the Dow. These are the things I try to hit on to give you a holistic view of the entire market. So I hope you found that helpful. Now I'm going to get into the comments and see what questions and commentary others have. Okay, Crypto Ryan, very good question on HBAR. Actually, I recorded a video earlier today. It's just a TA video on HBAR. It's about a 10-minute video. And I will be releasing that very shortly. So any questions related to HBAR, I feel confident that video will address it. So I hope you find value in that. Thank you for asking the question. Crypto Ryan remembers a 12-hour video. Thanks, brother. What's up, Steady? Good to see you here. And Neffy, welcome in. Yeah, everybody's been on vacation. You know, guys, I was out for a few weeks. As you know, I wasn't streaming at all. Took a little bit of a break, but I'm fully back. I'm looking to put out, a minimum of 3 videos a week. Work's also picked up, to be honest. I was telling Nick that work's been a little bit busy too. So I'd love to get 4 videos out a week, but three minimum. I'll be back at it. Does anybody have any questions around technical analysis? Is there anything I charted that didn't make sense? Do you have any questions on anything I charted? Anything for me to elaborate on any charts I covered? Are there any different charts you want me to look at? Any altcoin projects? I can pull up a blank chart. We can go through and I'll let you know what I'm seeing in the chart. Let's see what we got here. Okay, Neffy says the following. Some knowledgeable crypto guys were talking about back in 2019, there was 30 to 40% rallies reclaiming the weekly bull market support band before dropping to the floor again. Fuck the Cowboys, Brian. Fuck the Cowboys. Cowboys are going to be one and done, just like the Vikings. I called that. I knew the Vikings were going to lose. Okay, let's get into Neffy's comment because this is a very value-added comment, and I actually wanted to hit on this, and I forgot to. So someone asked me today, a friend of mine actually asked me for when I would feel confident that what we are seeing in the market is an actual turnaround in the market, and my view will come fruition and we will see new all-time highs in the market versus is this just a bounce, right? Because keep in mind, right now, it's a solid argument. It's a very solid argument that you could look at this and say, it's a dead cat bounce. That is a solid argument. I can't say anything to invalidate that statement right now. There's nothing in the price action that could make me invalidate the fact that someone says, it's a dead cat bounce. So where would I start to gain a high level of confidence that this is not a dead cat bounce and this is something significantly more? Well, we have significant areas of resistance here we have to clear through, right? Price action could get all the way up here to 33,000. Hell, it could get up to 40,000. That would not leave me feeling convicted enough. What is the level where I would start to feel uber confident that what we are seeing is a massive turnaround in price and we will see new all-time highs? 48,200. If we get above and stay above, I'm not talking about a price wick. If we get above and stay above 48,200, that will leave me feeling around 85% confident. Okay, I'm a man of numbers. I'm an actuary, so I'm very careful about probabilities that I state. 85% confident that we are going to set new all-time highs. So then the question is, when would I feel like 100% confident? Well, 100% confident or 99% confident, I shouldn't say 100, 99% confident would be, now our all-time high is 69,000, right? So for me to feel like 99% confident, I have to see price start to break through 69,000 with some conviction. What you should see, if we're going to set new all-time highs this year, we could technically triple top. Prices could come up here. Don't get me wrong, there's a probability for everything, guys. Price could come up here and triple top at 69,000. That would throw everybody off, all right? Or triple top at 70,000. What we need to see is when price comes up here into this range, once we break 48,200, which obviously I think is going to happen this year since I think there's going to be no all-time highs. Once we get up in this price area here, okay, 69, 70,000, we don't just need price to break through with the candle body. We need volume. We want to see the volume tick up. If it's weak volume and we break 69,000, I'm not feeling very enthusiastic, but where I get 99% confident that, yeah, we're heading much, 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 much higher, we break 69,000 with conviction, with volume. So really the key level for me to feel about 85% certain we're going to see some new all-time highs this year, 48,200. Everything, even though I don't view what's going on as a dead cat bounce, if we hit 25, 29, 33, someone could tell you these are dead cat bounces, and I personally would not be able to invalidate that train of thought. We really need to start to see price get above 48,200, in my opinion. Okay. The other thing, also, just to get off this subject real quick, I want to say one last thing though. There are other things in the price that I've spoken to in the charts that can leave us feel convicted that we are going to see a true turnaround in price. I just hit on one 20 minutes ago. If January we get a double bullish engulfing candle when we close above these two red bodies here, that is a clear sign of a massive trend reversal. Think about it. It's one thing to have a bullish engulfing candle, and okay, the body of this engulfs this one, but a double bullish engulfing candle is a strong sign that we are very likely to see a significant trend reversal to the upside. Not a guarantee, but there's a significant likelihood of that. So these are all things to watch for. Does anybody have any TA questions? If not, we're going to say meeting adjourned on this live stream. Again, watch for the H-bar video. That thing is going to be dropping shortly. I did go through, like I said, it's like a 10-minute video going through H-bar. And I appreciate it, guys. I haven't done the live stream in a while. I miss doing this. You can see I'm not in my normal office, but I was just talking to Nick about that too. A little frustrating. I'm working with this little laptop, but I should be back in my home office very shortly by this coming weekend, very, very late. So I'll be back at it in the normal atmosphere by next week. So if there are no TA questions, I'm going to say meeting adjourned. Look for more content to come out this week. I'm definitely back at it. I'm excited. There's a lot of positive development playing out in the market. We just have to remain patient. And remain level-headed and educated, unemotional, and just allow the price to play out, allow the charts to tell the story, and then we can sort of formulate probabilistic directions of what we see playing out. So hopefully you found everything helpful. If you did, make sure to share it with at least one person. Drop me a comment. Hit the thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for notifications. So until next time, everybody, spread awareness, carry the education forward, guys. Take care. Have a good week. Have a good rest of the weekend. How about them Cowboys? They're about to lose.